Hey guys, Archer Mark here, and hope you liked that little attempt at an intro there. So, back with another video for you, and this is something a little different again. Kind of going away from Star Wars a little bit, and I was talking about my little Indiana Jones collection. And now, ever since I got the set of the movies on Blu-ray, and I hadn't watched the movies in a while, and it got me thinking about this line of Indiana Jones figures that came out. So 2008, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull comes out, and like any big summer movie, there's going to be a toy line. So Hasbro did the toy line. And you had figures based on the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And in turn, they also did figures. There were various waves, and they did figures based on the other three Indiana Jones movies. So for the first time, we really got an actual Indiana Jones toy line. If you really think of it. So I thought I would talk about that for a little bit. Now I know for years Disney has their Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and there's the Indiana Jones ride and whatnot. And there have been Indiana Jones toys that you can get just at the theme parks, just at the Disney theme parks. But it wasn't really until Crystal Skull came out that we really had an actual Indiana Jones toy line, at least for all the movies. And this was really great because it was nice to have toys for all four of the movies. Now, back in '81, when Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, you had Kenner did their toy line. And there were about 9 or 10 figures and a couple vehicles and some play sets. And down the line, I plan on doing a video on focusing on that line. I have a bunch of the figures loose, and I have some of the play sets and whatnot. And that'll come down the line. But I thought I'd show you my little bit of Indiana Jones collection. Some of these I got back in 2008. And, just whatever figures I can find. I wasn't, going nuts about trying to find every figure. But I grabbed whatever figures I could find. And, it was only like 9 or 10 that I had gotten. And then, again, it got me back into thinking about this Indiana Jones line after rewatching the movies on Blu-ray. So I wanted to start collecting them again. So I've been searching on between eBay and Amazon and whatnot. And little by little, I picked up a few more, and gradually I want to pick up some of the others. Get some from Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. Not planning on getting every figure that was done, because just certain ones I want. And I just thought I'd show you what I have so far. We'll start with the Crystal Skull figures. So you have this Indy, and I'm not going to do full-on reviews, but this one is really good. They made the face and the hair look older, but he's got everything. He's got the pistol and the whip. And the hat and the satchel can come off. And he even comes with an alternate hand, which holds the little crystal skull. And then he has this other whip, this other version of the whip, which is, you can play with that. And then you have, this version, which is all wound up and can hang on the belt, and the holster works as well. You can put the pistol in the holster. Then you had this other Indiana Jones with the rocket launcher. That's from a later scene. And he comes with the satchel, and that's all he came with. They didn't give the whip and the gun to every version. You got this guy. I forget this guy's name. But this was like the main, or one of the main villains, the sort of Russian soldier. I forget if he was general or a colonel. And then, of course, you have Shia LaBeouf's character here, and two different versions of the Mutt Williams character. Him with his leather jacket, and then him with just the shirt. Okay, I'll give you a better look at the Indy. See, this one didn't come with a hat, this Indy figure. But you could see how they made him look older. As, of course, Harrison Ford. They didn't ignore the fact that Harrison Ford was in his 60s with Crystal Skull. Okay. And I know a lot of people aren't crazy about the Crystal Skull. I still liked it. Are the others better? Yeah. But I still liked it, I now have 2 copies of the movie on Blu-ray now. I'm not sure what I'll do with the other copy. If anyone is interested in a copy of Crystal Skull on Blu-ray, let me know. Anyway, and then you had this, which was the mail-away figure. You sent in little proofs of purchase, and I think a couple bucks for shipping, and you had this. This was the crystal skeleton. It came with this little throne, and it's a fully articulated figure. And that was another thing with this line, is very much like the Star Wars Vintage collection now. The Indiana Jones figures were very well articulated, or a lot of them were. Some they skimped on the articulation, but they were the smaller characters. But ball hinge, shoulders and elbows and knees, and they didn't do the ankles. They weren't doing the ankles, but ball jointed heads. So very good articulation, good detailing, sculpting on these figures. They came with all kinds of accessories, and you see like this guy's got a pistol, a machine gun. The Mutt Williams figure, one of them came with a snake. Okay. Let's see what else. So, decent figures. Then we'll move on here. Some of the newer figures that I've gotten, they're not new figures, newer to my collection. Some I've had before. You have the Cairo Swordsman here. Which, the infamous, everyone knows the scene from Raiders. The guy's swinging around this big sword, and he's just screw it. I'm just going to shoot him. He pulls out his gun, shoots him. It's one of the best gags in the movie. So I got that figure. This is just supposed to be a generic German soldier. You got this 2-pack of sort of Arab thugs or Cairo thugs that we see in that whole. Here you have the one Belloc figure. This is the villain or one of the villains in Raiders Lost Ark, when he's in this ceremonial outfit. You see at the end of the film. I don't know if they did. I don't recall seeing a regular Belloc figure. There may have been one. I don't remember. And then we have Indiana Jones, based from the original film. And they did Temple of Doom versions and Last Crusade versions. So this guy has it all. Again, he's got the working holster and the whip and the like unrolled whip, kind of like having the ignited lightsaber and the unignited lightsaber in the same way. And he's got the pistol, and very good. And then you have the Marion Ravenwood figure. So again, all nicely detailed and painted. And here's another Indy. And you could take that whip off, put in his hand, and squeeze his legs together, and he has like a whip It's supposed to be whip cracking action, and that works pretty good. And then you have his good friend Sala. You know, they go into the Well of the Souls where the Ark is kept, and you know he has that great line. And he says, you know, Indy, why does the floor move? And they throw down the torches, and he goes, snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? And then Sala goes, asps, very dangerous. You go first. You know? So in general, you know, all these single carded figures. Here's a little idol here. All the single carded figures came with these little boxes, and inside were little pieces, different artifacts that were seen in some of the movies. This one's, I'll show you. This one's sort of, you know, open up. See, here's something. This is from, I think this was in the Crystal Skull, one of the seeds in the Crystal Skull. So you have like little things like that, and this is kind of like little artifacts. These are all kind of taped up, so I won't open them. But you know, but you get the ideas of general, you know, overlook of, you know, the few Indiana Jones figures I have. I, you know, plan on getting some more in the future. And you know, it's a good line. It was, like I said, it was nice to see like a full-on Indiana Jones toy line. And again, they did play sets and vehicles from the various movies, and you know, it was a good toy line. They were good figures. You know, it was neat having various waves from, you know, there was a Temple of Doom wave and a Last Crusade wave, and some of these figures are really tough to find now, and in some cases expensive. So it's an interesting line of figures to try and collect. But it's definitely some good figures, and you know, you figure Star Wars fans, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're probably an Indiana Jones fan, and they kind of go hand in hand. So yeah, again, that's just my little overview of my little Indiana Jones collection thus far. And like I said, I do plan on doing a more in-depth video on the original toy line from Kenner, because you had that line, and there really wasn't. It was a small line done for Temple of Doom, and then there really wasn't anything done for Last Crusade. So this is really the best toy line for Indiana Jones that came out. So yeah, so that's it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to mention. It's just sort of, like I said, just a little overview of the Indiana Jones line and what I have so far. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. And until my next vid, I'll just say, it's not Star Wars, so I'll just say so long and have a good day.